Gala days in Dixie. Streamlined Wings of the Wind bring Hollywood to Atlanta for a history-making world premiere of the motion picture epic Gone with the Wind. Southern hospitalities at fever pitch as distinguished visitors arrive, headed by producer David Selznick and screen stars Olivia de Havilland and Vivien Leigh. Yes, it's the Clark Gables, just in from the coast. Charming Carole Lombard and friend husband get a mighty welcome. Atlanta's few remaining boys in gray are guests of honor. Diminutive Margaret Mitchell, the author, who rarely appears in public, attends to see her brainchild and is excited beyond words. It's certainly a night of nights for Miss Leigh, the English girl who captured Dixie. They just can't get enough of the Gables, and Clark is his usual modest self.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I am here just as a spectator. I want to see Gone with the Wind the same as you do. And this is Margaret Mitchell's night and the people of Atlanta's night. Allow me, please, to see Gone with the Wind as a spectator. Thank you.
Not on the program. A youthful gatecrasher shakes hands with the one and only Rhett Butler and gets the thrill of a lifetime. Gone with the Wind writes history, a new chapter in film triumphs.
Well, welcome back to part 2. I've been trying to figure out the electrolytic portion of this radio, and I found out that
What?
The the 80 microfarad here,
What's that?
which was here,
I'd horsewhip you if I had a horse.
was in parallel to one of the dual 10s.
Jolly good.
Coming off the rectifier. So they must have added this because one of those 10s, I believe, was way off. So anyway, it was hooked up in parallel with one of them. Now the 20 microfarad, which is in part of this can here.
Stop mumbling, you darn fool!
The cathode bypass to the output.
What?
In fact, this one can contained that 20 and those dual 10s. All three were in this one can here.
You don't say.
Yes, I do say.
So that's still in operation. Yeah. It only uses like 7 volts or something.
7, man, that's the number.
Anyway, I'm going to leave that in here. I take this can
and shove it up your ass.
I'll put the dual 10s in here, and I'm going to put it here. As far as the 20 for the bypass, I'm going to stick that under the chassis, right on the output tube.
Just stick it where the sun don't shine.
This comes out. This comes out. That'll go in there.
Let's do that. Let's just get it on here.
I put this to cover up the hole over here.
What now?
This Philco, I'm going to cut out.
Cut this evil out of him.
Imagine a Philco in RCA here. Huh?
Look at that. Look at that.
So this is going to come out of there. So I'll have plenty of room down here.
Good for you.
I may situate
You shouldn't use that word.
this power resistor
Yes.
down here on a terminal strip.
Oh, goody.
Because right now it's just hanging here, so I don't like that.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give all this a good clean.
My.
And I'm going to have to start rewiring everything. Now the cloth, some of the cloth I'm going to replace.
You got the plans?
But all this rubber is got to go here.
What's this?
Okay, I'm gonna cut this can open.
A man should have a hobby.
I'm gonna cut the cheese.
Cut it out now, I'm warning you.
Cut up his brain, you bloody baboon!
As you can see,
What?
there's 2 electrodes in there.
I see.
Let me heat it up.
I've heard police work is dangerous.
It is, that's why I carry a big gun.
Aren't you afraid it might go off accidentally?
I used to have that problem.
And what did you do about it?
I just think about baseball.
Yeah,
That looks delicious.
I have to get out the old corkscrew on that.
Time for drastic measures.
It's gonna take some more heat.
Well, when I see 5 weirdos dressed in togas stabbing a guy in the middle of the park in full view of 100 people, I shoot the bastards. That's my policy.
That was a Shakespeare in the Park production of Julius Caesar, you moron.
Got some tar holding it in there.
Nice beaver.
Thank you. I just had it stuffed.
Let me help you with that.
I love to do this. I don't know why.
Until further notice, I'm going to go ahead and call this capacitor good. There's no obvious signs of burns or anything like that. Everything in there looks really, really good.
It's got a really musty smell to it.
You know, it's kind of a tacky way to do it, but since I don't have anything to really test it out, it's easy to get to at a later date if I need to.
The reason I cut it
Here's one thing I've learned from the movies.
over here at this bump instead of this bump is because if you take the can, and I've already done it, but if you just
I'll scrape it off.
get rid of some of the metal like that,
What's going on?
and then you sand around here, usually you can make it fit so it goes in there like that. See? That cool?
Beautiful, graceful, elegant.
Just a little bit of glue and that'll hold that. I've been digging around here. The only caps I know that's going to work.
Can I interest you in a nightcap?
No, thank you. I don't wear them.
I was going to put in like 30s, but I have a dual 10 here, one of these firecracker things.
Ryan, what are you doing?
Your dog certainly has a surprised look on his face.
Well, that's because you're looking at his butt.
Then he's certainly not going to enjoy that treat that I just fed to him. How dare you, sir? How dare you? No, how dare you? No, how dare you? How dare you? No, how dare you? You dare to dare me? How dare me when I how dare you, you big peepee head?
Okay, here we have the dual 10s in the can here.
Cool.
Here's the terminal strip that I put in,
So what?
and I've got the B plus coming in through here and here, and I had to relocate this because this was soldered to a clump of wires. So now it's nice and sturdy here, and it's got some air to breathe.
Breathe normally?
I had to replace this resistor because it was too high. Okay, here's the
what?
The cathode bypass cap, and this resistor here was actually way on the other side, and I had to relocate it here directly to the socket here. I had to replace this resistor here. It was too high, and I put this 0.01 cap down in here and replaced it.
Yes.
And this cap here was the one that was clipped, remember that? And I just put it back in. The schematic said there was no 0005, I put a 0047. Here's some of the parts I replaced. Now, this wire here is typical of this rubber wire that just crumbles like that.
Watch out, boss, for that rubber!
It's just nasty crap.
Oh, you nasty man.
Now, here's a couple of resistors that I replaced.
What the hell is this?
We're going to take a look and see how far they're off here. They're supposed to be 470K here. Let's test this one.
Gentlemen, this is a test.
Now, that's measuring that's 1.3 meg. So that's over triple the value of what it's supposed to be.
Don't be scared.
So let's check this one here.
Yes, sir.
It's supposed to be 470. That's measuring 771.
It's not that bad.
Well, there it is after a couple days' work. All that rubber wire is gone.
They're gone!
And some of the nastier cloth wire I replaced too. Some over here, down here.
A nasty one.
Now, I haven't had a great week here. YouTube has been on my back.
Think so?
And John from Arkansas has been on my back.
This is John.
He called me a wuss.
Say what?
Because he wants to see a basket case restore instead of these easy ones he says I'm doing here. He even said his great-grandma
Well, this is getting exciting.
could have done this radio.
What do you drumsticking?
Yeah, I'd like to see that, John.
Me too.
Anyway, YouTube took down my video, the part 1.
Why?
And they banned it in the United States because I had a Glenn Miller song playing in the background. Can you believe that?
Oh, no!
Anyway, I appealed it. It's now viewable.
Oh, good grief.
So I don't know what's going to come of it, but it's ridiculous. The same song they have on dozens and dozens of videos on there, and they're not banned. But they banned mine.
Idiots!
Anyway, there's the wiring. I think I did a pretty good job on it. You know, I get very claustrophobic when I'm doing this because I'm trying to work in there. And
Poor baby.
try to feed the wire through, and even though this is a pretty open chassis, it drives you crazy sometimes.
You're crazy.
But I'm still getting my B plus is too high on this, and I'm going to show you that here. I'm going to show you the problem I'm having here. I'm going to turn it on. I've got it on the box, and the box is set for about 110 volts. And we'll check out the B plus voltage on it.
I've devised a cunning test.
As you can see, it's starting off really high, and that's going to go down.
Going down.
But I'm supposed to be getting 345 volts out of that rectifier.
Holy mackerel!
To the capacitor.
Holy smoke!
And I'm running about
And what?
380 to 390.
Okay.
And the radio is working now.
66546.
Okay, we don't need the sound on. Anyway, it kind of fluctuates. When it warms up, it's usually it can get up there. Now, one thing I'm concerned about.
Yes, boss.
There's a 6V6 output tube in there, and supposedly the original one is a 6F6, but the schematic calls for about 251 volts on the plate.
Put it on the plate and add butter.
I want this Wallace's heart on a plate.
And we're getting 303.
Holy moly!
I know that's the tube.
What?
The plate max is over 300, so it's not over the capacity of the tube, but when it's supposed to be 250 and it registers 300.
I'll say!
And then we got a problem. Here's the voltage coming out of the rectifier here, about 370.
So what?
And it's supposed to be 345. Okay. Let me hook this back. So I just been playing around. I like to experiment.
Me too.
So I took a
What's that?
there's a 10K resistor here, 5 watts. If I just parallel it
What an absurd idea.
to this other power resistor, that should bring, oops,
Boy, what a dope you must think I am.
it should bring a total of 6,000 ohms.
Range 6,000 meters.
And when I put that on there, watch what happens
Code red, we have a breach.
to the voltage.
Are you running a diagnostic?
Should I be?
Yes, you should.
It cut it down to almost normal there.
You can get it wet and it don't do it any harm.
Now if we go to the plate again of the 6B6 tube,
I hear a humming, like electricity.
we're still a little high there, but it's about 278.
Come on, I saw you jiggle the handle.
But that's better than 300.
You're damn right! Woo!
So I don't know.
I don't know.
This power resistor, it measures this is a 15K, and I've heated that up and I've cooled it off, and it runs about 15K. It's very stable.
Okay, we're stable.
So I've changed 3 of the tubes. There's an SA7, SK7, SQ7. I replaced those. Now I'm waiting on a 6F6 output tube and a rectifier tube.
An octode rectifier?
I don't know if I replace those, the voltage is going to go down or what, but I just thought I'd show you what I've been playing with and
Thank you.
trying to figure out why I'm getting higher voltage. See, I'll just lift the leg on this one. And it goes back up.
How about you and me going out for beers?
You know, if it's supposed to be 345 to 370, it's okay, but that gets up to close to 400 sometimes.
High voltage, maybe.
I'm thinking maybe one of the tubes. Yeah, the output tube tested weak.
I'm weak!
So maybe, actually, I think the rectifier tube tested weak too.
You're weak.
It was in the questionable area, so I've got those 2 on order, so we'll see what happens when I get that.
Why, sure, I got a whole shipment of radio tubes in this morning.
Okay, I think this is this wasn't covered in John from Arkansas's class he had. So John, get out your Kate Kaiser graduation hat, get back and start teaching some more. You got to show us how to reduce this B+ voltage.
You know, a man's work is never done.
I want to thank Mike Costi for a set of knobs he sent me.
Oh, thank you, Mike.
Original knobs.
I've got the knob for this job, so let's get on with it.
Work nice.
As fast as knobs in the West.
So I'll be all set in that department.
Just put your hand on the knob. Turn it to the left.